What's up, my dudes? Valkyrja, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about a little something that Dan Heng has kicked up the conversation for. Giga Dan's kicked up the dust on is power creep, and power creep in starrail specifically. So we're going to be talking about that today. It's just going to be a little discussion because this man's pretty much broken the game. I don't think I need to do another video showcasing you guys. I've been working on this build a little bit, but I don't think I need to do another video for you guys showcasing how strong Giga Dan is, because Giga Dan is him. He is very strong. He is easily the best damage dealer in the game, bar none. And that has gotten people into talks about power creep and how power creep is in starrail, etc. Blah 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 blah. And I want to talk about it because power creep was never really existent in Genshin. It never really was a thing. So a lot of Genshin players that hopped over to starrail, this is their first time really dealing with power creep, and they're like, why isn't my favorite character #1 in the game anymore? This is going to be a recurring thing that happens all throughout starrail's history, and as long as the game goes on, just whoever the best or the newest character is probably going to be the best character or one of the best characters in the game. This is the way it goes. But I want to talk about why I think it's a good thing. Yep, that's right. I think power creep's good. Fight me on it. I got my fist up. I'm ready to go. I think power creep's actually a really good thing and healthy for a PvE game like this, depending on how they do it, as long as they don't introduce new mechanics that they plan on monetizing by selling a character that specifically counters said new mechanics. As long as that's not a reoccurring thing, I think power creep's perfectly fine, and the way they're doing it so far, I think it's fine. By just introducing characters with big numbers. So basically, they're dropping new characters that basically heavily outclass the latest ones. Like Blade outclassed a lot of the damage. Period. Blade just outclassed them. Then Kafka came right after Blade. Once again, heavily outclassing almost every single damage in the game, just fully eclipsing them in the amount of damage he can do, which is absurd. And then Giga Dan comes out, and Giga Dan comes out and just absolutely just mind-boggling blows everyone out of the water, to where it's not even close to who's next to him. It's not even up for debate that he's the best damage in the game, bar none, because he hits so damn hard. He hits incredibly hard, and it's just obviously power creep, basically. So I think power creep's healthy for this game. And now, why is that? Because this is a purely PvE game. At the end of the day, if you do not want the new character, simply do not summon for them. Because of power creep, we know the next one's going to be just as good, if not better. So because of power creep existing in the way it does, I know the next character is going to be really good. Like, the next damage that comes out is going to be insane also, simply because this game has a cycle going of each character slowly power creeping, or in Giga Dan's case, not exactly slowly, but very obviously just power creeping the hell out of other characters. So it's something that I think is actually healthy because of the way the game's structured and the way it's all, you play at your own pace. You basically do your own thing, and if you don't want a character, you don't need them. Like, you shouldn't ever feel pressure to need a character in this game. I know I'm a content creator. I know I'm a YouTuber, and the irony of me saying this while at the same time making videos saying the best damage in the game, the best da-da-da, the best this, the best that, doing the whole YouTube thing, although I fully believe with Giga Dan, he's actually the best damage in the game. Basically, the irony of me saying that while at the same time putting out videos that could potentially strike FOMO in somebody, it's very important people realize that the next character is going to be just as good, if not better. Like, that's the way power creep works, is every new character is just broken, and it's just going to keep progressively getting more and more insane. The only thing that I think would be an issue if we ever reach that point is where we reach a point where the older characters cannot clear the content that's currently available in the game, simply because they're old and have been power crept to oblivion. Because eventually there's going to come a point, a year from now, 2 years from now, when Giga Dan's an afterthought, where you're not even looking at Giga Dan anymore because there's some crazy shiny new toy who's hitting millions every single time they hit one button or something like that, right? There's going to be some crazy stuff like that in the future. If power creep just continues and continues, it can snowball out of control very heavily. But I feel like, especially at the Genshin, they're going to have the reins on it pretty well. I feel like it's not going to be like, I feel like it's going to be a gradual power creep like we've had. Like Giga Dan's the biggest jump in power creep I think we've had yet. But I think it's going to be a very gradual thing. And it's not going to be like giant jumps like Giga Dan ever again. I feel like this is a one-off thing. And there won't be giga jumps in power like there is now. So that's basically it on my opinion on power creep. I think power creep generally, like, and I'm being honest, I think it's generally a good thing for the game because it creates a lot of excitement for new characters. I get excited to have a new character. I get excited to try them out, test them out, run the same content that I've been running, run Simulate Universe, run all sorts of stuff. I get excited to do all this stuff simply because the new characters are strong. And strong is exciting. Whether you want to debate that or not, whether you want to say you should summon for the character and not the kit, I'm sorry, I get excited over kits. Giga Dan has a really strong kit. I'm really excited to test them out, play them out, but first I gotta work on them some more. But I just want to make this video saying don't worry about the power creep. Don't stress it. I know if it's an issue for you, it's only going to get worse. I hate to say it. The issue's only going to get worse, so you might want to rethink what you're doing in this game. But otherwise, if you're like me, don't worry about the power creep because one, like I said, it's a PvE game. Don't stress it. You play at your own pace, you do your own thing. There's no point in worrying about stuff like that. And two, because it's a PvE game, if you don't want the new character, simply don't get them. Whether you have Giga Dan or not should have no bearing whether your account can clear MOC. Basically, it's that simple. Like, MOC right now is very doable, very beatable with a completely free-to-play team, so there's no reason for you to even need the kind of power Giga Dan provides. It's only there if you want it. Anyways, that's basically the video. Just wanted to talk about power creep because I know it's going to be a very contentious subject with how strong Giga Dan is and how much he pushes a lot of other DPS aside because that's the way this game's structured. There's lots of elements, there's lots of situations to use different damage dealers, but at the end of the day, DPS is an ever-changing category. And you're going to have always somebody's got to be first, somebody's got to be last. That's just the way it works, right? And the new character odds are is going to be first because Hoyo wants to sell them and make money. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think power creep is going to eventually ruin this game? Or are you guys like me and like, it's a PvE game, you play literally solo? Power creep's not a big deal. Let me know. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.